Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to do a quick spring cleaning video of my makeup collection. I know I did some pretty large declutters at the beginning of the year, but recently I've just really had the itch again to kind of declutter and make some room in my collection, especially since I have a few new products that I love so much, but there's kind of no room in my drawer for them now. I had kind of decluttered and fit everything into my makeup desk here, but then now I just have a few extra things that I want to add and there's no room. So anyway, I need to be out with the old and in with the new, so let's start the declutter. Okay, so first I'm going to start in this. This is my foundation drawer, and it has all my base products, so all my powders, all my foundations, some like primers, eyelash curlers, and then some setting sprays, and then I also have some like samples back here that I've been meaning to try, so I'll take those out. And then also I've been keeping my Lawless the One palette in here just because it doesn't fit anywhere else, and I've been using it every single day, so just leaving it on top is fine because I always just pull it out to use it. But I wanted to go through this because I know there's a few things right off the bat that I want to get rid of, and they're things that I showed in my last declutter and then I was naughty and put them back in here. The first one is this Estee Lauder Double Wear Light, and I decided to keep this after my previous declutter because it is discontinued now, and I really loved this, and I have mine in the shade 0.5, and I just really love this, but now thinking about it, I've just had it so long, it's definitely past its date, so I'm going to take that out. And then same thing with my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation. I tried to declutter this because it's like basically empty, there's only a little bit left, but I just love this formula so much, but if I love it that much, I should just repurchase it, so I need to let it go as well. And then I'm also going to declutter this Wet n Wild foundation. I don't remember if I said I decluttered this before or not, but I'm definitely going to put this aside for now because it is the only drugstore foundation in my collection right now, but just the smell of it is so strong, and I feel like the smell just irritates my skin. So I'm just not going to chance it wearing it anymore. This looks super beautiful on. It gets a super nice finish. I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for a super affordable foundation option, but it just leaves my skin really red when I take it off. So for that reason, it doesn't irritate it or clog the pores, but just kind of makes it red and irritated. So I'm going to declutter that one as well. So this is kind of what we're left with in here. That's all I was really planning to declutter, but I really did a good job decluttering all this previously, so I'm kind of happy with what's left in here. I'm just going to put these samples at the back where those foundations I got rid of were, and then slip my Lawless palette back in. And I wanted to quickly mention my strategy for decluttering this time because sometimes I just get too emotionally attached and I can't throw stuff away. So I have this makeup bag here. It's just like a freebie one I got from Clinique years ago, but I'm going to put everything in here, and that's what I did a long time ago, and I kind of had a bunch of overflow stuff in my cabinet in the other room, and then I just kind of was less emotionally attached to it, and then since it had been sitting there a while, it finally expired, and then I just felt more comfortable throwing it away. So anyway, hopefully I'm going to fill this bag up and put it aside, and I'll keep it aside for a few weeks, and then if there's something like a product that I really miss, I'm able to pull it back out, but if not, I'll just chuck everything or give it away. Now onto the lip drawer. There is definitely some stuff that I can declutter in here, I know for sure. So I'm going to start out with this. This is the, what is it, Soap & Glory Sexy Mother Pucker Gloss. This is just really uncomfortable and drying on my lips, so that one's out for sure. And then, oh, this as well. Some blogger that I follow talked about this, and then I just put the color on, and any of these warm tone colors just make my teeth look so yellow, and I can't stand it, so that has to go. And then what else do we have in here? You are actually going to be so proud of me that I decluttered all of these from my collection. The drawer still looks pretty much exactly the same, which is a little bit disheartening, but there is room at the back here where some of the colors that I don't use as often were, but I really did manage to clear out a bunch. So here's everything that I got rid of, or that I'm going to keep. There's a few in here that I'm not sure about, but I just want to try out. That's why I kind of like this method of keeping it in this bag for a few weeks or maybe a few months, and then if there's something that I missed that I want to reach for, then I still have it and I haven't wasted my money, but I can still kind of revisit it. So first of all, these two Essence lipsticks, I highly recommended these. This one in shade number 6, actually, what is the name of this? In Nude Seduction, is super beautiful. It's a nice berry shade if you're fair, and then this one is the shade Porcelain Doll, which is another just nice nudie pink lipstick. These are super affordable. They're only $1 or $2 or something. They're just, You can't beat the price, and I think they're really nice and really creamy, but I just don't reach for them. Same with these two other drugstore lipsticks. This is the Maybelline Beige Babe Matte Lipstick, and honestly, I just don't reach for a matte nude lipstick that often, so I don't really need that. I tried all these out, or a few of these out, before I put them in this pile. This one is the L'Oreal Color Riche in Matte Piece, which I actually really prefer. This one's a little bit creamier. It's not as matte and drying as the Maybelline one, and it's a little bit of a better color, I think, for my complexion. So this one's like a nice nude lipstick, but personally, I just find that if I'm reaching for this kind of like nudie, satiny, semi-matte lipstick, I would just reach for one of the higher end ones I have, so I just don't find myself reaching for that. And then these two are high-end ones. This one, oh my gosh, I always try to declutter this and it never happens. Hold on, let's try it one more time. So this is the YSL Rouge Volupte in the color number 1, which is like ballet slipper or something, I believe. Maybe not, maybe it's just called number 1. But this is a super nice, as you can tell, I've been like trying all of them and then wiping them off. This is just a super nice like petal pink color, which is really beautiful. Just this formula I find doesn't like glide on as smoothly as I want for like something that's supposed to be like a shiny kind of balmy lipstick that you just apply really effortlessly. I find that it really needs to be like blended in to look good, otherwise it kind of just doesn't like sink in evenly on my lips. So for that reason I just don't reach for this, because it's more high maintenance than I want it to be. But this is, the YSL packaging is just the most beautiful packaging ever, so it's hard to part with this. I always try to declutter this and I always end up keeping it because it's so beautiful. And then this is a Lipstick Queen Velvet Rope Star System lipstick, which is a beautiful color. I actually tried this on and liked this a lot more than I remember liking it. It's like a great, like, again, nudie shade, but I just don't reach for this. And this was a formula that I didn't really like before, but trying it on today, it was a little better than I remember. And the packaging is nice and like magnetic. It's just beautiful, but I just don't reach for it. And then I also just definitely don't reach for this e.l.f. clear gloss or this milk shade. This Hourglass lipstick, I just find that that formula, again, kind of applies sort of patchy on me or something. I don't know. And then this Revlon lip gloss I just bought on a whim, and I think it's a good dupe for the Fenty Gloss Bomb, which I still have in my collection. And this is called the Revlon Super Lustrous Gloss in the shade Rosy Future, which is number 260. So if you want a dupe for the Fenty Gloss Bomb, I would highly recommend this, but since I have the Gloss Bomb, I can part with this. And then this is a Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink, which just isn't my favorite liquid lipstick formula. This is in the shade 55 Driver. I much prefer kind of using my Lawless liquid lipsticks or a couple other L'Oreal ones that I really like, and I just don't reach for this formula or color. This drawer has all my concealers, mascaras, brow products, eye primers, just all that kind of stuff, some eyeshadow sticks at the back, and there's just nothing to declutter in here. I kind of did a brief scan through, and I think I really did a really good job purging this last time, so I really want to keep everything in here. This drawer, on the other hand, is where things have to go. This is my blush, bronzer, highlight, and also eyeshadow palette drawer, so this like really houses a lot. So I'm going to try to get a lot out because I actually have a few new products that I've been loving lately that literally don't fit in here because this drawer is busting at the seams. So I'm going to go through and show you guys what I'm going to put in my stash. Alright, so a lot came out of there for the declutter as well. First thing is this L'Oreal Lumi Glow Nude Palette. I really only use this yellow shade in here, which is absolutely beautiful. If you're looking for a good drugstore highlighter palette, I would highly recommend this. I really like it, and this yellow one is super striking and beautiful. The nude one is nice as well. These ones are a little too dark for me, and I just kind of don't reach for a darker highlighting shade. But if you want something super beautiful from the drugstore, I would recommend this, even if you're fair. But I just don't reach for this, and I have so many other comparable highlighters that I think kind of do the same job as this that I don't need to keep this one in my collection, especially since it's so large and takes up a lot of space. And then I have these two sleek palettes. This one's a blush palette, and then, oops, I was going to try to open it, but everything is falling. This one is a blush palette, and this one is a highlight palette, but I bought those and was going to keep them because I got them in Scotland, and they're really hard to get a hold of in the US. I just don't ever see them anywhere, but I just don't reach for them, so I feel really bad about it, but they're going to go over here. Okay, and then this was one other thing that I bought in Scotland. This is the Rimmel London Brixton Brown eyeshadow palette, which if you've been watching YouTube for like 10 years and you remember like when Tanya Burr and Zoella and like all those kind of girls were getting started, all the like big British YouTubers. They always talked about this and I always wanted it and I could never find it in the US. So since I found it over there, I really liked it. It's a super beautiful like little drugstore little palette. Again, I just don't reach for it. I kind of have similar shades in other palettes, and now that I've had the experience of it, you can tell I used it quite a bit. I used this while I was traveling in Scotland basically the whole time, but I don't need to hold on to it anymore. And then this e.l.f. palette was just a mistake. And then this Milani blush, I really love their baked blushes. I kept the one in Luminoso. This is the one in Berry Amore though. It's just a little deeper. It's super beautiful. I just don't reach for it ever. So I'm going to declutter that one. And then this Burt's Bees blush, this is in the shade Toasted Cinnamon, which I was seeing a lot of people use on YouTube like maybe 6 months ago or so, maybe like last summer. And it looks super beautiful on them. It's like a nice like warm toned blush. And all the people that I saw using it were really much tanner than me, and I'm fair. I think I could use this more as like a bronzer, honestly, but I wanted it to be a blush, and that just disappointed me, so I just really don't reach for it. Excuse me. And then finally these two Cover FX products, which I had previously had in my stash, and then I brought them back over to see if I would use them, and I just didn't. This is a bronzer, which is nice and cool toned, but I just have other cool toned bronzers that I'm reaching for at the moment, and this just isn't my favorite. And then this is actually a highlighter, and it's really hard. I hardly ever declutter highlighters, but this is a nice cool toned moonstone highlight, but again, I just don't reach for it. I have other highlighters that I prefer. Alright, so this is everything kind of wedged into my bag here to store for a few weeks or months. I feel really good about the spring declutter. There's lots more room. In this drawer over here, I was able to kind of fit in my new products that previously I didn't have space for. So I'm really feeling good about this declutter, and I'm going to tuck this away for a little bit, and then if I'm missing any of the products, I'll just be able to pull them back out quickly. If not, I'll toss the ones that are expired and pass on the rest to friends. Alright guys, that is it for this little spring cleaning declutter. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I actually got rid of a lot more than I thought I was going to, even though I haven't really gotten rid of it yet. I'm just have it in a transitional phase before I'm emotionally prepared to kind of pass the makeup on or make sure that I really don't want it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love watching declutter videos, and if you enjoyed, please give this a thumbs up and leave the comment down below. And now I have this bare face. I'm about to film a get ready with me video, so I think that will probably have gone up before this, so check that video out. I'll link it up above in case you haven't already seen it. I'm also uploading 2 days a week on Monday and Thursday, so please subscribe if you haven't already so that you don't miss my next video, and thank you so much for watching.